So before we get into fungi, though, I was gonna make some espresso because I am in need of some coffee, and I'm gonna do this very quickly, and then we'll talk about fungi. I'm trying to stay in order on what is written on my menu. Okay, gotta follow the menu. So I've been drinking a really delicious coffee. Let me hang on a second. Let's switch to my. I'm gonna turn my god light on. Chetsky, you came in here at the perfect time. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna make some coffee. Do you guys like my halo light? It's so cool. Oh my god, it doesn't do what I want it to do. Also, I don't really like. Okay, well this is gonna be like the setup, so it's fine. We're gonna be making espresso with the Flair. If you guys don't know what a Flair is, it is a very basic coffee making device. We're going to be using the espresso beans from Coffee Manufactory. They were on sale this week. That's why I'm making coffee with them. I actually already put them in my grinder. So we have our little hand grinder. And then we're going to heat some water up so that we can squeeze our espresso out using this lever press. Okay, so for $200, you get something that looks like this. It's all made out of like metal and stuff, so it's pretty heavy duty. I've had my Flair for like 3 years now. I still haven't asked them to sponsor me. I think they should because I love it. It comes with like a little plunger with a little pressure gauge on it, so you know how much pressure you're applying. And it's in bars, which you guys could do the math and see how many pounds that is. And then we have this little brew head that holds the hot water. Don't spoil the episode, Friedman. In episode 1, Joel tells his neighbor he's on the Atkins diet. Then in episode 2, they say the infection started in a flour packing factory. Lesson for surviving the apocalypse: don't eat carbs. Are you saying that flour is an infection? Flour is the virus. Flour is what's going to kill you, unfortunately. So don't eat flour. It's bad for you. That explains yeast infections. Okay, yeast infections are it's not baker's yeast, okay? It's not because you're eating bread. Have you guys, okay, I was almost going to ask, have you guys ever had a yeast infection? But I don't think that's something you ask people. You only know factory and not some of customs. Oh, you're talking about Tarkov. I was like, there's a factory? What's customs? You know the extracts? Do you have some wheat extracts in Tarkov? I have a ghost. Ergot got us cooked because it lives in our bready crops. Isn't ergot something you can eat? Leb, have a good night. Don't apologize or anything. Oh, you didn't apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just assuming you did. Leb, have a good night. I'm sorry you had a rough day, and I hope your Sunday goes better. And it was nice for you to be here. Thank you. Okay, so our water is still boiling. I'm gonna grind some stuff. How do you guys like your beans ground? That's a fun question to ask as well. I have a question. Have you guys ever gone to like one of those really fancy coffee shops and you walk in and you see like, you know, like super hipster people making coffee? What would you do if they just like suddenly went up to you? You were like, can I have a latte, please, with like caramel and stuff inside of it? And then they just went and they were like, sure, let me go grind the beans for you real fast. So I'm going to be honest, Burning Beard. I thought ergot was a type of cheese. I didn't know it was LSD. Are you serious? Okay. Oh shoot. I got my it got tangled around my little thing here. This is always so fun. Claviceps. Is a claviceps a combination between when your clavicle grows a bicep? Is that what we're talking about? All right, so here's the coffee. We have some lovely grounds. We're gonna put them into our little portafilter that I accidentally did not heat properly. Okay. Do you have green tea? I do have green tea. It's decaffeinated though. It's for when I'm feeling not energetic. I drink my decaf tea. I actually have some other type of green tea that does have caffeine in it, but I don't have the peach. I could squeeze an apple into it, but I don't know how to squeeze an apple with my little weak fingers. Ergot is a fungus, yes. I'm just giving you guys a lot of weird shit because I always thought it was a fancy cheese or something. Did you say what beans you're using tonight? Oh, no, I did, but you missed it because you weren't paying attention. That's okay. I am using these beautiful espresso beans from Coffee Manufactory. They're 50% El Salvador, Metapon A, which is just the region in El Salvador. There are 25% Guatemalan from the San Carlos farm region. I don't actually know. I have to Google these things. And then there are 25% Honduran Cabanas. And the roast level is a medium roast. And they were roasted on January 13th, 2023, which is very recent. It's always good. Guys, if you are looking for a good quality bean, before you spend a lot of money on your coffee bean, make sure they put like the roast date somewhere on the package. So here it's actually printed right here. Sometimes they print it on the back. Sometimes they'll print what the best buy date. And normally what this means is, like, let's say the best buy date is, I don't know, what's today? 1/28/2023. That probably means that it was roasted a year ago. Because sometimes they'll usually, I think it's kind of standard, at least what I've noticed, is that if they say best by this date, they roasted it 1 year prior. That is too long. Coffee gets stale and disgusting tasting. And I've noticed that as coffee ages and it's been sitting a long time, it gets hard. It dries out. And when you're trying to like grind it, you notice it more when you're using a hand grinder, because a really old dry bean is really hard to grind. Okay, I mean that in the most appropriate of ways. I'd like to reuse my redeem during this. What would you like to redeem? Oh, what flavors do I have? Oh, do you want something in my espresso? I don't actually have too many flavors. Let me think about that as I continue making the espresso. I have pistachios. I have collagen powder. I have salt and pepper. I have some cinnamon. I have cardamom. I have... do I have green tea? I do. Do you want me to put green tea in my espresso? That's disgusting. I'm not going to do that. This espresso actually tastes very good. Decaffeinated. I don't use oh, my jasmine green tea. Yes, I do buy decaffeinated tea because sometimes I just want to drink it for the calming illusions that it gives me. I have matcha powder. Do you want me to put a little? Actually, it's super interesting. When you mix matcha with espresso, it tastes like seaweed. It's really cool. It doesn't have the same umami flavor though. I think if you wanted umami, you'd have to dump a little salt in there, maybe some MSG. We call it death bean juice. I can put a little bit of green tea powder in. I don't know what that's gonna taste like though. All right, so then I put my grounds in, so I'm gonna tap it down just slightly. Okay. And then we have this death weight that you can use to murder people, but you can also use it to tamp. I like to use it to level the top of my espresso puck with my grounds. I don't know what I'm saying. So it makes it nice and flat. Now you can see it has a nice surface, and now we can tamp it. Rooibos. I don't know how to say this drink, but I know what rooibos is. It's a type of tea that's kind of spicy and yummy. I have a chai tea that's really good. It's very strong. It's by Rishi, and this brand. It's delicious. It's the strongest chai tea, that loose leaf chai tea that I've found. It actually comes in one of those like little triangle pouches, which are really fun. Okay, so we have put our espresso grounds into the puck. We have prepped the puck. We distributed the coffee grounds appropriately. We tamped. And now we're going to place it into our magic puck holder. And then we're going to get our scale because, so when I make espresso, I always do 18 grams of beans and I pool 45 grams of espresso out. And that's just the ratio that I stick to, and any kind of alteration or variation I make is more related to temperature. If I keep these two variables the same, then I can sort of troubleshoot if my coffee isn't tasting good. Maybe it's some other reason or variable. All right, so we are gonna You know what I'm gonna do, Sloth? I'm gonna put a tiny bit of matcha just straight in here, okay? And then we'll pull the shot onto the matcha, because that's what everybody does these days, right? They're like, let's see what kind of weird stuff I can pool my shot over. Let me pool it over chocolate. Let me pool it over gelato. Let me pool it over a blueberry. Let me pool it on top of some graham crackers. You know, there's just so many weird things that people do, especially on TikTok. It's so weird. I'll be honest though, I do stupid things too when it comes to making coffee, so I don't mean to throw shade. You guys can throw it back. I'm still thinking about the whiskey beans. That incident was horrible. That was horrible and traumatic. All right, so we have our matcha here. This is a very old matcha that I bought pre-pandemic, so you know how long I've had it. I don't have a bar of chocolate. I have almonds. I have blanched almonds that are seasoned with olive oil and garlic. And no, I'm not going to pull my shot on top of that. It's horrid. Burning beard, matcha and coffee. Trust me. So I went to SoCal a couple years ago, and the thing I do in SoCal, I don't go to raves. I peruse the locale coffee shops, and this one coffee shop, it was called Art and Science. They had a drink where they mixed matcha and an espresso, and then they put milk in it, so it was a full-on latte, and it tasted like seaweed. It was the weirdest thing. So it's something that people have done before. It's not something I came up with. Is that old dried matcha hard and difficult to grind? It's already ground. Let's sniff it. Ooh, it still smells like leaves. I like that. It's smelling pretty good. All right, Sloth. We're gonna put some powder in here. Okay, so this should be good. Let's just give you a nice little angle. Look at that. Bloop. I actually don't know how I'm gonna whisk this. That's okay. Now we're gonna place it right there. Oh, we don't even have to tar it. It was so little. Coffee and chocolate makes sense because they're cousin plants. Are they really? Coffee and chocolate are related? They look so different though. Is this true? I know I know nothing about plant stuff. Okay. All right. We're at that step, guys. We are going to pull the shot. You guys are going to see how much my arms shake when I do this because it's very hard. Oh my god. I don't have jalapenos. I don't have any. You know what else comes from a bean, Sloth? Garbanzo beans. You want me to put a garbanzo bean in here too while we're at it?
Coffee. Who wants coffee? Anybody want coffee? I'm making the coffee. What do you want? You want coffee? Yeah.
Okay. I said one of each ingredient you have to make your coffee. Oh my god. Oh shoot. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still thinking about what could actually taste good in here. So we have the matcha. We're whisking it, and I'm gonna sip it before I add anything else. What's the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? I don't know. They're twins. All right, let's try this. I spilt it a little, but that's okay. It's very bitter. I think sugar might be necessary. So it's very tart. There's a lot of oaky notes from the espresso. I taste a little bit of vegetation. Imagine you're out on a hillside and you're watching the sun come up and you're getting those first early rays of sunshine, and then you turn around and you lick a tree. That's what it tastes like. Wow, you licked a very sour tree. Ooh. Okay, so matcha and espresso, very interesting choice. I will go peruse my kitchen to see what other magical ingredient I can add to it. I can't believe you did redeem it, Sloth. Okay, fine. I'm not, but not the jalapeno, because that's really bad. That's really bad. Heroes! Cap, you have your girlfriend's daughter here, and she said hi to you. Oh my gosh, hello! Welcome to the stream. If you like coffee, you should drink coffee. It's amazing. Honey? Oh, I have honey! Oh, I could put some honey in here. I think that would make this taste really good. because I'm not going to put jalapenos back in my coffee until I see Sloth put some jalapenos in some coffee and drink it on stream. I'm holding you to that. Alright, so I have gone and I have fetched some honey from my kitchen. It is real, unprocessed, natural, pure honey. Orange blossom, and it also still has part of the bees left in the jar because people like to buy honeycomb. I was really curious, so I ate some of the honeycomb. It tastes like, imagine you take your Burt's Bees chapstick and you just chunk off a bit of it and you just like eat it. This is what the honeycomb tastes like. It's amazing. Who would have thought? Holy shit. This is not from Trader Joe's, no. This is from a literal organic co-op where people buy cordyceps and snort it. Woo! That is some fermentation. Alright, so I'm gonna like take a little bit. There's a lot of honeycomb floating around. We're gonna take just a touch of honey out. Ooh, this looks so good. I got some wax. There's just... Okay. Honey is amazing. It has wonderful antibacterial properties in it. Don't ask me what they are because I don't remember, but they do. It does. A teaspoon of honey. We're mixing it into our espresso matcha concoction. Woo! Look at that. It doesn't really mix in that well. So the reason you guys are probably wondering, oh, what do people snort? Cordyceps.
Why, hello, my little coffee bean.
Blessing?
Welcome to the Caffeinated Club.
Blessing? Hello, 19. Blessing, it is so lovely to have you here. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm like burping. That's not what you do. How are you doing? Okay, so let's taste this. Ooh. Whoa. Holy shit. I think that was a lot. I was trying to copy James Hoffman. You know how... You guys don't know. So, proper coffee people, they always slurp their espresso so that they can aerate it as it comes in. I aerated it so hard that the espresso hit me in the back of my throat and then proceeded to choke me. Whew. Okay, let's try that again. This is good. It's still very tart, but it's sweeter now, so it tastes kind of like juice. It tastes like juice. It tastes like brown dirt juice. It's okay. Yeah, it's like a juicy, like a lemon starburst. I don't actually know what that is. It's pretty okay. Yeah, I'll be honest, the honey is very overwhelming. Oh wait, this isn't tea. It is tea. It's juice. It's tea juice. It's brown tea juice, okay? Yeah, look at that. Look at that delicious... All the crema just melted off, which is sad. Blessing, what have you been up to these days? Have you been playing like Rust or something? Add a lemon. I don't have a lemon. Fortunately. There's too much acidity in this cup already. It would be kind of interesting to try this with a darker roast. Maybe it would be less acidic and more bitter. But who knows? Yeah. I didn't choke when I aerated it this time. I challenge all of you to try aerating your coffee the next time you drink it. You just go into Starbucks, pop the little lid off of your Starbucks drink, and then right in front of, like when the barista hands it to you, you gotta be all snooty, right? So this is what you do. They hand you your venti cappuccino, whatever, with caramel in it. You take the lid off, and you're like, you sniff it, and then without spilling it on yourself. And then, making sure that the barista's still looking, you just take a little sip and slurp it into your mouth and like up towards the roof of your mouth as loudly as possible, okay? You're just like, okay? And then don't choke, don't die, that would be bad. And then just smack your mouth really loudly like this. And you're like, God, Jesus, the notes of death in this coffee. It's so bitter. And then just like spit it out. And when you spit it out, go over to that little to the part of the counter, you know, in Starbucks where you can like get your creamer and stuff, and they have those little trays with all of the different sugars in it. Just go over there to that hole and just like spit it out into the hole. Anyways, it is not. It's an illusion. It's an illusion that it's coming out of my cup. But yeah, also if you're in a Starbucks, you can definitely annoy everybody. Like, you know, you go to a quiet coffee shop and everyone's like working on their computers. Maybe they don't have headphones on because they're stupid. Just slurp your coffee extremely loudly and then just look around. And if anybody looks at you, just kind of like stare at them and don't break eye contact and just keep slurping.